Welcome back to Phillips Hot Rod Garage. All right, so we're back for another week working on the 28 Model A Special Coupe project. So we're back on the trunk lid this week. I've already been making some progress on it. Last night I stripped all the body filler and paint off, and I got it down to where we're ready to start hammering and dollying on this thing. We're going to do a little bit of repair on the outside skin this week. Try to get this thing ready to weld in that patch panel that we built a few videos back. So let me go ahead and get you guys caught up with where we're at now. I'm going to show you guys that footage, and then we're going to get busy. I'm looking forward to making a lot of progress this week. So roll that film. Nasty. Done got nasty. All right, guys, well, all I can really say about this is whoever did all the body work on this before just had no idea what they were doing. They took up no time with this panel trying to repair any of the dents. They just filled everything in with body filler. They just caked it on there. It was really thick. I honestly think they had way too much on there anyway. Even if I didn't straighten any of these dents out, I think I could still repair this panel with less filler than they had. They just had it piled up on there. So let me bring you guys in and show you all these little surprises that I found on this. All right, it's pretty clean, but I got a little bit of rust to deal with down in some of these pits. Of course, I got to get all that cleaned up a little bit better, but that's good enough for doing metal work. Of course, you guys have seen this area right here. You know, we got some work we got to do right here. Of course, right down here, we've got some work to do in this corner. There's like a crack here and a crack there. We got some work to do there. And I showed you guys this big old dent right here a while back. We got to get that fixed, and then right down here we got some work to do in this corner. And then we've got several dents that are sticking up right through here. There's some uppies, what I call uppies. There's one there, And then of course there's a bunch of dents across here that are dented down. Now I really don't understand what they got going on here, but there's like a whole row of them going all across there. I don't know what that's for. But the biggest problem that I have is this. This is why they had all that filler. I got to get where you can see it. There is a big dent that goes all the way in this area right here. I don't know, it might be hard to see for you guys, but it's massive. Maybe if I can get that light just right, you can see it. Big, massive dent right here. There's one here in the middle. Like right here is where I welded in that hole, and it's in front of it, right up in here. And the welding didn't do it. It was full of filler. So the welding process that I did, I had it pretty good condition. This up here where it's bent, it had a bunch of filler in it, so I know it was already there. And then from this side, it's the same way. On this side, big dent right here, as you can see. So what I got going on is there's a big dent here, there's a big dent here, a big dent here. 3 just massive dents right there. Might be hard to see in this bare metal, but hopefully you guys can see it. So yeah, that's what we got to get started fixing. Yeah, I think I just went by that one where you can see it pretty good right there. Yep, see it right there, right here. 3 of those big old massive dents. So that's what we're going to be working on this week, trying to get the skin ready for that patch panel to go in. I don't want to weld that big patch in the bottom until I get all this stuff fixed. That way I can at least get inside there with that patch panel off to do some hammering and dialing. So that's where we're going to get started. And I want to get this big boy first. Here we go. All right, so here's where I'm at on that. It's coming out real good, but this area is kind of stretched a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is these holes where somebody drilled and screwed a snatcher into it years ago, I'm gonna use those holes to help me shrink this panel. I'm gonna go ahead and weld these up, and I'll probably quench it with water. When I do that, it should shrink it, and then I can dolly it out one more time. Hopefully that'll be enough shrinkage to get this just like I need it. If not, I can always heat this up with a torch and shrink it a little bit. But it is stretched because it was a pretty nasty dent. It was pretty deep. So, you know, it's kind of close. I mean, if I started putting body filler on here, and any of this started to stick up some, I could hammer it down in the body filler stage and call it good. But I think I want to get a little bit better before I move on. All right, so for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. It's not perfect, but considering how bent that was, how bad it was, and the fact that somebody had snatched it out with a snatch bar years ago, and it was stretched really bad, I'm pretty happy that it came out looking that good. I mean, just a light coat of body filler right here will take care of it. Really won't take much at all. It was a lot of work on that area right there, but I think it turned out just fine. I could come back and dolly on it a little bit more later if I wanted to, but I think it's pretty good. So let's move on. Now, if I had a planishing hammer, that would do me some good. But I think for just using hand tools, that's good enough. All right, so I think the next thing I want to do is go ahead and fix this corner right here. I've got a crack right here, got one right here, and one right there. So if I can get this corner fixed, then I'll have this whole area here done. Then I can move on over here to the center right here, and then this corner over here. Once these three sections right here are done, I'll be ready to put that big patch panel in the bottom. I don't know what's going on, guys. Oh, I see what's going on. This ground lead is for my plasma cutter. That's the problem. Now we can weld. That was just not smart. It's working real good now. All right, so I got that crack in the skin welded right here. Now there's a spot I can see right there. I believe that's going to be a rust hole developing, so I need to weld that up. But I'm going to move right over here to this side and weld this crack and this hole right here. I'm going to use this wire terminal, put this in there. It's the smallest thing I have that's copper that'll fit in there. So I'm going to put that right there, and then I'm going to switch over to the MIG because I know what's going to happen. Just as soon as I try to TIG weld that, I'm going to blow the whole corner off the trunk. My skill level is just not there yet, so I think I'll switch to the MIG. I'm just more confident with that, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go ahead and get that corner welded up. I'm gonna take care of this little rust hole right here, and then I believe that corner will be finished. All right, well, I got it looking pretty good. I'm not gonna try to get this lip perfect because I still got to hammer this lip together all the way down when I put that piece on the inside. But I'm gonna take a break a few minutes. Sounds like we got us a storm out there. Yep. Oh yeah. That's nice cold air too. Feels like the air conditioner's on. It was 98 degrees earlier today. Maybe this will cool us on down a little bit. Oh man, my Roadster pickup forgot to let the top up on it. You know what I found? This metal is a lot thicker than what I'm used to working on in the body shop on these modern cars. I bumped these dents on these modern cars a couple of times and they move. This metal, it doesn't move. You keep hitting it and it just doesn't move. You got to hit it pretty hard to make it move. Right here there's a crease right across there. Try to knock it out of it. Oh yeah, much better. Yep, it's going to take a stud welder to get those out, and these right here too, because I can't get inside there. So all right, so that big dent's fixed, the corner's welded up, and that's done. All that looks really good. Then I went ahead and dollied out a few of those dents that were in that section there. I've still got to bring a stud welder home and get some of the deeper ones out that I just can't get to up inside there. So I'm gonna bring a stud welder home and do that at some point, maybe next week. But what I want to do before I quit on this in this video is go ahead and I want to get this brass off right here so we can get an idea of what we got to do in the next video. All right, so here's where I'm at on this deal. I ground that brass out that was right there and it just left a crack in it. They had brazed a crack up years ago. There's a crack right here. Now with this notch cut out here and some of the inner skin missing, and with this cracked in 2 locations, I think the best thing to do would just be to come out here, cut it up, cut it across, cut it down the side, and just cut out all of that messed up area, bend up a new piece to go in there and weld it in. So I think that's the first thing I'll do in the next video. And then when that middle section is done, I'll come over here and fix this driver's side lower corner. Well, I guess for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the progress this week. Got it stripped, got that big massive dent took care of, got the holes welded up in that where somebody screwed a snatch bar in it and tried to snatch it out years ago. I got that bottom corner fixed. I got a good plan put together on what I'm gonna do in this middle section. I know exactly what to do on this side over here. Now, just as soon as this corner and that center part are fixed, I'll be able to weld that inside patch panel in that we made a few videos back. So everything is getting really close. There's still going to be a couple more videos on this trunk lid in order to get it completely done, but it's really looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and fix these big dents right here last. So in case you're wondering what I'm gonna do after I get this trunk lid done, let me show you what the next project's gonna be. All right, so I want to get this body off the frame pretty soon because I can't hardly get down here and work on these quarters with it sitting on that frame because the frame's just kind of in the way. So I want to make a different jig to put my body on, or table, or whatever you call it, that I can more easily work on the body and still be able to roll it around. And then that'll free me up to be able to start doing some of the work on the chassis that needs to be done. All right, so right here in this old pile of Model A parts, you'll see a frame down at the bottom. Now it's been cut off on both ends. I got it from a guy who was gonna haul it off for scrap metal. He cut both cross members off. It's been rusted in half and welded back together in the middle. So I'm gonna use that to build a table out of. I'm just gonna put some legs on it with some wheels and get it where I can bolt my body to it so that I can roll it around the shop and then have something to use for squaring the body up. Now, with it being a frame, you got the body mounting locations in all the correct spots, so I can actually bolt the body to it and square the body up and then have a good level surface for working on the car. So that's what we're gonna be doing just as soon as this old trunk lid is done. That's gonna be the next project on the channel. Now the flathead Ford project, you know, really don't need that engine for anything right now. I don't have anything to put it in. So I'm just working on that as I feel like it. And I need to order some gaskets for it. And I need to make an engine stand adapter for that thing. So that's kind of the hold up. I need to mount it up on the engine stand. So I don't want to quit in the middle of this trunk and start working on that again. So I'm gonna finish the trunk up, make this body jig for the Model A, and then I'll probably have some stuff on the flathead Ford project again. That's coming up. I'm not gonna forget about that one. I do want to get it running. I do want to build a run stand for it and get it going, but I think time is better spent right here, right now, so I can get to a stopping point on this. So I am getting excited about doing some more sheet metal work on the car. Hopefully I can get quarter panels fixed a whole lot faster than this trunk lid. This has been quite the project. Would I do it again? I don't know. I don't know if I would or not. It has been a lot of time for this trunk, and you can buy a new one for, I don't know, what are they nowadays, $700 or $800? I don't know. But either way, I'm saving the money and I'm saving an original Henry Ford part. So yeah, it's gonna be a decent old trunk lid. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you guys want to get up with me, phillipshotroddgarage@gmail.com is the email. I appreciate all the emails that you guys send. phillipshotroddgarage@gmail.com. If you need my address for some reason, just send me an email and I will send you back my address. I don't want to put it down in the description of my videos and put it out there in the open for the whole world to see where I live. But I will send it to you if you need it for some reason. Just send me an email, phillipshotroddgarage@gmail.com. Also, check out Phillips Hot Rod Garage on, I believe it would be Instagram. I do put pictures on there every once in a while. I don't have a lot of stuff on there, but I'm going to start trying to use that a little bit more. So Phillips Hot Rod Garage on Instagram and also Facebook. Just type in Phillips Hot Rod Garage on Facebook and you'll find my page. Follow me on there. I do put stuff on there also, and that's a good spot to talk back and forth with folks. So you can message me through Facebook Messenger on that page. If you're local in the area, you live near me, I'm in South Alabama. So if you're anywhere near South Alabama, or if you're passing through South Alabama and you want to stop and see my projects in person or whatever, just send me an email. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So hope you guys have a great week. Appreciate you watching. We're gonna get this old Model A looking pretty good before it's over with. So thanks for hanging out. Subscribe to the channel. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I do appreciate it. See you guys in the next one.